Ball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here, too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent, too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome to Bock the Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. It is October the 20th, and it is Meltdown Monday here on Bock the Blackshirt. Bock, I want you to go first.
Well, it is ready for a meltdown. I am glad we've got our Bock the Blackshirt shirts on, so I'm excited about that at least. You can get those at theticketfm.com. As you can see, if you look up the Starter Heyman video stream here, Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream here, Terrell showing it off very nicely. The sun came out. I mean, I'm a little bit, I don't have to completely melt down right out of the gate, but we will get to it because, man, was it an embarrassing and tough loss for Nebraska. Obviously going on the road, losing the Twin Cities 24-6, another loss to PJ Fleck. But again, just when Nebraska feels like they have a little bit of momentum, they barely get themselves in the top 25. We've been arguing for weeks. Hey, why are we ranked lower than Cincinnati? Well, unfortunately, we found out, and of course, there's much bigger problems than that with that game. A Minnesota team that came into that game the previous week with 30 yards rushing, ended up running it down Nebraska's throat. 186 yards total for them. Nebraska couldn't get anything going whatsoever on offense. I mean, that's what's going to happen when you have 6 points. There's a few fan bases across the nation, Purdue, Wisconsin come to mind, of teams that didn't score. But most fan bases are going to be pretty frustrated when you sit there and watch a game for 3.5 hours, whatever you dedicate to it, and your team only scores 6 points. Very tough game. We've seen in the press conference today, Matt Rule at least, and we'll get to Matt Rule's press conference later. We got sound bites from there, but it seems like a lot of kind of looking inward at themselves, and because that's what this game felt like. I mean, Minnesota, you got to give them credit. They're the opponent that went out there. They got the 9 sacks against Nebraska. They earned it. They used physicality to get this win. But unfortunately, when you look at that game, I don't know how many more games Nebraska wins on their schedule if they play like that. So part of this is about Nebraska looking at Nebraska.
Matt Rule said some things today in his press conference that probably I didn't like, Bock. One, you don't have your team prepared. How do you go through a week of practice and you're not prepared? Defense, offense, shut down by Minnesota. PJ Fleck, 7-1 versus Nebraska. Minnesota got a sack, Bock, on a 2-man rush.
Yeah.
How bad is that? How bad does that make Nebraska look?
Pretty bad. I mean, it's that was toward the end of the game. The sack before that, Dylan Raiola just kind of laid down because he'd been getting just hit all day. It's not a good look at all. Nebraska clearly has a pass protection problem. How much of that is Raiola? How much of that is the offensive line? How much of that is running backs, wide receivers not getting open? You can point every which direction, but it is something that they're bad at. They are 131st in the nation right now, giving up 25 sacks. There's only 2 teams that are worse than that. South Carolina has given up 26, and Auburn has given up 27, but tied for 131st in the nation. And it is concerning because it is, to me, you've got to be good in the details, right? And so if that is your Achilles heel, why did you have 38 passes compared to 16 plays as called as runs in this game? It was not a very good game plan. It was not executed well. Nebraska didn't seem to have the want to. They didn't have the physicality. This was just one of those games that, unfortunately, and maybe it's the short week. It's all the distraction. Maybe all that stuff plays into it. This has got to be the outlier. If this is the team that Nebraska fields and the effort that Nebraska fields the rest of the year, like I said, you're not going to win another game.
Bock, we got beat by a team that was more physical than us, that was more prepared than us, that was just better than us. And it's no excuse. I mean, you just got beat. I mean, you're doing things. Let me start right quick because let me rewind this right quick, Bob. Matt Rule said, I did not have them prepared to be more physical. Bob, when you practice in the summer, when you work out in the summer, when you do things in the summer, you do it because you want to be the most physical team. It don't take that much to be a physical team. Run in the hole, smack somebody. That's physical. Your linebackers didn't do that. Your safety didn't do that. That's coaching. That's not prepared. That's coaching. When you look at the stats, Bob, it tells you everything you want to know. It tells you.
Not
and you know what? And you know what? I got a guest coming on next segment. And we're gonna hear from him. And I hope And I hope y'all be happy because we're going to run it back one more time. Now, Bob, when we watched this game, 36 yards, negative rushing. You got to start questioning Dylan. You got to start questioning. Hey, what are you doing? What are you seeing? Why can't you throw the ball? You look at 6 different receivers, throw the ball to Emmett. He's in the flats open, Bob. And Minnesota did a great job because you know what they did, Bob? They got out of that zone defense and they went and they faced and played bump and run. And guess what happened? Pass game is non-existent. Nebraska receivers cannot get out the bump and run. I've seen it, Bob, so many times how Minnesota say, okay, we're going to get out the zone because they're going to pick us apart. Then we're going to go play man. Nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Nothing. 17 of 25 for what? 200, what? How many yards? 177 yards passing. It was just a bad game. Was it a Friday night jinx? What was it?
Like you said, just a bad game. I mean, I don't know, if there's a certain thing that we could circle and say this was the problem. That would be one thing. It was problematic all over for Nebraska and just not the effort you'd want to see. I mean, interestingly enough, you look at the defensive side of the ball at halftime, 7-6. That's not awful. I mean, you can recover from that, but obviously no points scored in the second half. Minnesota comes out and gets that long drive going there. And then it started to kind of break down. And then at that point in that game, it started to kind of break down. Nebraska's defense was not getting the tackling that they needed to get done. It reminded me a lot of that Michigan game. So, I mean, Michigan had a few, if you remember, that long, successful drive to open up the fourth quarter where Nebraska had several chances to stop them, just couldn't get those open field tackles. Minnesota in the third quarter there had the 14-play, 98-yard drive. And it was the same thing. Nebraska had multiple opportunities to get off the field, couldn't do so. Minnesota took that lead 14-6. Little at the time, I guess they wouldn't have even needed those points because Nebraska only finished with 6 points in the half. But I mean, that was part of the deal of being just more physical than Nebraska. They also had the touchdown drive in the first half. How they got the 7 points was a 90-play drive. And that was more of a shorter one because a 71-yard run by Darius Taylor, again, against a team that only rushed for 30 yards the previous week against Purdue, who, it doesn't sound good when you put it this way. So Minnesota rushed for 30 yards against Purdue, who got shut out by the team we played next to Northwestern. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big week of response for Nebraska. Again, there's not a whole lot of ways to break down this game. I mean, you can kind of look at all the details of it, but Nebraska got their butt kicked, and that's what's gonna. When you lose 24-6, when you only put up 6 points, there's not a whole lot of if this, if that. And this game could have been closer than that. While I say that, I mean there were a couple plays. You get the tackle, you do catch a ball here and there, maybe an opportunity, but the problems are becoming a little bit more consistent for what they are with Nebraska. So you kind of know teams are going to know how to attack Nebraska a little bit more now. The rush defense still pretty prone to giving up some big plays, and their tackling has been pretty hit and miss at time. On offense, obviously, the offensive line and just the pass protection overall is a major flaw for Nebraska. Again, was that Dylan Ryle? Everybody, but that's the thing. It's everybody involved. Football is an 11 man on the field type of
it's
type
22
of sport. Right, 22 out there, but 11 on the field at one time. Your receiver can get open one play and it could be Dylan's fault that he didn't see him. The next play your receiver's not getting open, then it's not Dylan's fault, it's the receiver's fault. The next play the offensive tackle gets beaten, there's no time for Dylan to do anything. So it's all together, but it all is this huge flaw. And it's interesting to me, and this is why what I would put most of the blame on in this game was the play calling. I don't think Nebraska's play calling matched with what was going on out there in the game and what they were doing. Emmett Johnson looks as good as he's ever been, but he only got 14 carries in this game. Several of their drives, he was part of it, is a mainstay of it, and then they go back into 1st and 10. They go back to pass, they get sacked, you're thrown off, they don't get back to it. This was the one game, and we talked about this all offseason. This isn't the air raid offense under Dana Holgerson, and it certainly isn't. But he's talked about, even leading into this week, if I'm going to give the running game more of an opportunity, if I'm going to give it a chance, it has to be beneficial. It has to be providing us with something. Well, I hate to tell it to you, but the pass game's got to be in that same category. If the pass game is not being beneficial, if it's not providing something for you other than stalling your drives, then you better think about running the ball a little bit more. So to me, I thought that this was by far Dana Holgerson's worst performance as an offensive coordinator. It's not to bury him, or again, this is a team performance. It's just, it just was what it was. Nebraska should have, there was one thing that was working for Nebraska in this game, and it was Emmett Johnson. And I don't think he got enough of an opportunity to do, to expand on that.
Satterfield 2.0. That's what this offense is.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's what this offense is. Bob, and let me tell you something when I watched the game. Defensively, if you don't watch your players and correct them, they're going to make this mistake every single down. I watched one play, Bach. One play. I was with Rashawn yesterday. For 3 hours, we watched tape. 3 hours. Yeah, I didn't expect us to do all that. But I sit there, Bach, and I watch a linebacker 2 yards off the ball. They run the other way, and guess what happened? He's in a line of traffic. He couldn't go over the other side. You know why? Because he was 2 yards off the ball. When linebackers line up, they're 3 to 4, 5 yards off the ball. I would say 4 to 5 yards off the ball. When they ran in the ball, Javen filled a hole. Where was Marquise Watson Trent to fill it? You know where he was at? Standing, a guy who was 6'11", standing in front of him, couldn't see. Back up. Back up. And if you need a tackling dummy at practice box, hire me. Hire me. You got guys running sideways to make tackles, Bach. Where did they teach that at? Bach, I learned how to tackle when I was 6 years old. And guess what? No coach ever had to correct me again in tackling. This is the worst tackling team I ever seen that can't tackle. Can't tackle. You can't tackle in the hole. You can't tackle the receivers. You can't tackle quarterbacks. Who you want to tackle, Bart? You want to put a midget out there? What we call them? Little people? What we call them, Bart? What we call them? I mean, what? You know what? And one thing I want to tell you, text line, let me get this off my chest. The next time I pick Minnesota, I'm going to stick with it. With friends like you on the text line, who needs enemies? Because you know what, Bob? I had it picked, but you know what?
You felt the peer pressure.
I felt for the pressure. Oh, you always going against Nebraska. I was going against them because they was winning. And then when I go with them, guess what happened, Bob?
You were trying to do the reverse psychology, so it was a little bit of trying to pick them on their behalf. But ultimately, again, you were talked into just picking Nebraska straight up, and like many of us who thought this game was going to go in Nebraska's hands, we're very disappointed with the result. Obviously, it is interesting. I mean, because when we talk about that game too, and there's been some debate. Adam Carricker was going on saying, and he talked to Bill Bush, that Nebraska has a more talented roster than Minnesota. It's interesting to kind of break that down because I thought there was a pretty good point on the text line too. Is that at what point is the more talented roster not more talented after years and years and years? Because we say that all the time with the recruiting rankings that you do all that sort of stuff. Nebraska has that there, but I would bounce back about saying that is you've got to also be able to get your talent the ball in space, right? Ja'Cory Barney and Dane Key, and yes, there were a couple times Dane Key maybe could have come down with a ball, could have been better placed, but Ja'Cory Barney and Dane Key, these are two of your biggest weapons. We talk about playmakers developing. You know what they combine for offensively?
What?
One catch for 1 yard.
Bach, let's get this clear, Bach. Let's get this clear. Did you see Minnesota defense? You see how big they are? You see the difference in defensive line from their defensive line to our defensive line?
Yeah.
You see the difference? And you wonder why they're not physical. If you got a guy that's out there damn near my size, about 205, 210 pounds, playing defensive end, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. I don't care how much money you spend, Bob. I try every year every year to be positive, Hey, this is our year. This is our year. But I told you from the get-go, Bob, with this Rudy Poo schedule, you're not going to beat nobody when it's time to play the big boys. You barely escaped Cincinnati. Hey, they ranked. I don't want to hear about Cincinnati anymore. They're 6-1, 5-1, whatever it is. I don't want to hear about your number one in pass defense. I don't care about that. You're number one in pass defense with 2 losses. That don't get you no ring. That don't get you anything. Yeah, Texas Tech lost. That was a good game. What part of the Minnesota game was good? The beginning?
Again, you're only down 7-6 at half. It was very uninspired, maybe ball at that point, but it wasn't over at that point.
Bach, you 7 and 8.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
You got this high-powered offense. You got the leading rusher of the Big Ten, even though Hayes haven't played 2 games. You got Penn State jockeying your coach. Oh, you can put that to rest now. And one more thing, Matt Rules need to put to rest. Put your podcast to rest and coach this team to the full capability of how they need to be coached. You don't need to be on who's on TV?
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
You don't need to be on Pat McAfee. You don't need to be running around here doing podcasts. Coach your damn team. Make sure they're physical from now on. Because you know what? Northwestern don't want to hear that. UCLA don't want to hear that. USC don't want to hear that. Penn State don't want to hear that. And I guarantee you when Iowa come in here, they don't want to hear that.
And that was probably, part of the troublesome output by Nebraska, too, is that, I couldn't help but thinking there's going to be a few teams that play ball similar to Minnesota that are probably licking their chops.
This smash mouth football, Bob.
Yeah.
This is what the Big Ten is.
Yeah.
Charlie McBride told me 30 years ago, if you don't get your butt in there and hit somebody, you will never play at Nebraska. And guess what I did, Bach? I went in there with soaking wet, 205 pounds, and I put my head down. And guess what? I said, I can be physical. Yes, I can. Like Sherman Klump.
That's right.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
But you know what? I'm just an old player. I don't know nothing, Bach. I don't know nothing. But I guess what I know? I know football. I know 2 overthrown passes to Dane Key. Offensive line lacked protection. I know the rush defense disappeared. It wasn't never here. Nazir Hunter dropped a deep ball. Penalties. Bach, you go ahead. I'm just so frustrated because you know what? I'm picking against Nebraska every time for the rest of the year.
Now you've done it, Huskers.
No, they done it.
Yeah.
The text line ain't did nothing. They are fans just like I'm a fan. I'm just a fan who used to play.
Well, and I said it too, earlier, and if you don't, it's kind of a reality wake up for Nebraska fans too, is that, I mean, obviously we all know if they put that performance up against Minnesota, if you do that, any of these remaining games you're going to lose. But the schedule, we don't know all that much, right, going into the season about who's going to be good, who's not going to be. A little bit more midseason. Things can certainly change. Different ideas on UCLA and Penn State. But these are the stats that might worry you a little bit if you're a Nebraska fan. One is Nebraska is now 1-10 under Matt Rule after achieving their 5th win of the season. So we wanted to move the bar past bowl eligibility. You kind of are back into that discussion. Now, people would say, hold off now. But I'm telling you why here. I'm kind of explaining it here. Is the teams that Nebraska has beaten in the Big Ten. Nebraska 2-2 in the Big Ten. Michigan State and Maryland. Not awful teams, right? I'm not saying that. But they are a combined 1-7 in league play.
But you don't need $30 to $40 million to field a good team.
Not to compete with Minnesota, no.
You need a bunch of hungry dogs every time you open that gate. When I open that gate, I want that dog to go.
Yeah.
And Nebraska ain't got a goer out there. Emmett Johnson, probably the only goer I see. It's not who else? Who else a goer out there, you think? Who else?
I mean, It's tough to say. Based on that performances, there's just not a whole lot of bright sides. Like you said, I mean, there's nothing really to point to. I mean, Javen Wright got another game of double-digit tackles.
Javen Wright messed up too. I broke down the film, and you know what, Bob? I'm just going to be, you know what? Maybe I need to just go home and play college football today. Just maybe I need to let my frustration, because I can't run. I can run. I can't hit like I can hit, but who's going to let me hit him? Who's going to let me hit him? Who?
I don't know. We'll give you a chance to kind of breathe it in. I'm sure you'll have the same fire when you come back next segment once we start talking about it. But, yeah, we're going to have to pace ourselves today to a degree.
Yeah, $30 to $40 million roster. This roster ain't worth $5 to me, Bob. 93.7 the ticket. Bock in the black shirt. Special guest coming up next. We'll be right back.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
Our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at grazinggouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. You know what, Bock? I've been playing football all my life. And you know what? I played a game right because you know what? I've been coached right. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, your friend, Bock friend, everybody friend, the captain. Captain! What's up, my man?
Oh, man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Don't try to bring me in hype. I'm not getting hype.
I know. We watch, Captain, I told people me and you sit around and we watch. Me and the captain watch 3 hours of probably video, Bob. And we stopped the Nebraska game. We went to the 1996 Kansas State versus Nebraska when Scott Frost was the quarterback. Yeah, the offense struggled, but they picked it up. But we had a defense that had their back. Now, this performance Saturday was bad on all levels of football when we speak about it.
Yeah, Rashawn, what's your initial takeaways from obviously a very disappointing 24-6 loss on the road to Minnesota?
Hey, I'm sitting in my recliner. I'm about to sleep, and then I forgot I told Terrell I was going to get on. So we did watch the game. My initial is, you know, we are who we thought we were. We have yet to be able to tackle a running back. Our safeties can't tackle. We don't get off blocks well, and it's starting to show because now you're getting into the meat and potatoes of the Big Ten, and all the teams want to beat you now. They want to beat you, not the teams that can beat you. Now these are teams that want to beat you. So now you're going to get everybody's best shot. Northwestern is not. Do we even know what's the point spread in Northwestern? And I'll give you a little bit more.
I think it opened. I have to go back and look now. I've been saying it all day, but I think it opened at like 9.5, and I think it's down to 6.5.
So 9.5, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's down to 6.5 now. So it must be that should tell you a little something. I don't think Northwestern is the same Northwestern that played the first 5 games. This is a different Northwestern football team. They're a better Northwestern football team. They're coming to play us at home, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a barn burner. Northwestern is not – if you think we're going to run through Northwestern, you're sadly mistaken, unless we do 2 things. I can tell that it looks like – and I haven't been to practice, but it looks like we're not in full pads. It looks like we're not going 150 miles an hour. It looks like we're getting out physicaled. It looks like at the end of the game we got weaker in that game. And then hold on, let me just throw this out here because I know I'm giving you a hodgepodge. Malachi Coleman, they got the ball on their 10-yard line, drove it all the way down and had that long touchdown run. Now Malachi Coleman had a first down on that, in which 2 people missed tackles. So a receiver that we had in our stable is now getting first downs against us. What does that tell you? We couldn't get open. Our receivers could not get open. And you tell me, why would we put Mr. Lindenmeyer out, split him out like he's a wide out? I don't get me wrong. The 2 busted plays, yeah. But when Lindenmeyer basically has the best game as a receiver, but he struggled in the blocking game, it to me, you get back to the basics. Run the damn ball. Get under the I formation, and you run the ball. Every time we got success with Emmett running the ball, we went right back to the pass game. Terrell, we watched it. They were playing a man zone all game. Man zone. And we couldn't get off the press. We couldn't get open. The routes that we were running. Now, I'm not blaming the kids for this one. I'm not blaming the kids all the way for this one. Yeah, they had their part in it. But you got to look at the coaches, man. You got to start looking at the coaches, man. The guys who get paid to tell these guys what to do. Because there was many times when that offensive line held up, and I counted it, for 4 and 5 seconds, and either Dylan held onto the ball and go to his check down, or we ran routes like we ran like we were going streaks down the field. Where's the intermediate routes? Where are the comeback routes? Where are the square in routes? Where are the short 5-yard and out routes? Can I get a quick slant? Where are they? I hate to, let me just calm back down because you guys got me where I'm giving up the secrets so they can win. Run slants, run draw, but run the damn ball. At least make an effort to run the ball. If you're first and goal at first and 10 at the 14-yard line and you only run it once and put it up the rest of the time, tell me that's the problem. This is Nebraska. That offense that we're trying to run, we don't have the guns to do it. Okay? You don't have those type of receivers don't exist at Nebraska.
VJ.
Corey Barney had, yeah.
VJ.
Yep.
Dylan Riola, 13 carries. 13 carries. Why is he
9
running?
of them were sacks.
9 of those were sacks, yeah.
13 carries, 29 yards, 63 loss.
9 of them were sacks, man.
Now, who was in the flats over there just looking like he could have been playing in mud because they weren't paying attention to him?
Emmett. I mean, he stayed wide open all game in the check down. We never got it to him. And we got to be doing some check down. They blitzed us from different sides. I think when you have that and you don't have a run game that can hit the edges, you put yourself in a bad situation, man. When it's just going to be a bad situation all year. I think Dylan needs to pull the trigger, and I think we need to run crisper routes, and you have got to pay attention to the detail, man. And I gotta jump on Pritchard real quick. I got to, Terrell, because he's from Columbus, so I gotta get you. So, and Terrell, you never had a glitch like that, but on that play, and I love the kid. I think we need this kid. To me, he's the best lineman we got. Give me the mistakes. Now, this mistake to me though is is so bonehead that it made no sense for him to do it. He pancaked the guy. The guy's laying on his stomach. There's no reason to jump on him. It's those type of plays that kill drives, that kill football teams. And you talk Dylan Raiola. Dylan has got to do a better job of managing the damn ball. And hey guys, I'm retired now, so I can say it. I thought we were going to see TJ Lateef, just as an icebreaker for Dylan. Maybe he got something going. Is this about football? Is this about Nebraska football? Or is this about Dylan Raiola? Because he was struggling, and to me, when you're struggling, you got to get a different. Did you guys not want to see TJ Lateef?
That final drive, I agree with you. I thought there was a potential for him. Nebraska's down 24-6. Was there like 2 or 3 minutes left? I mean, there are 5 minutes left, I suppose. But at that point, they need. Obviously, the drop back game wasn't working, but they kept going to it.
But see, here's the deal, though. In this NIL climate, remember that this is going to breed its ugly head on every football team if you don't go out and spend your money wisely. Because there are guys that we went to the portal and got who, to me, you didn't get all you did was make a lateral move. It's lateral. There's no upside. I think Dane Key's a good receiver, but how many receptions did Dane Key have last week?
He had a donut.
Yeah. He had 0. Oh, man. So I'm just saying to you, your big-time receiver is supposed to step up in big-time games. And it starts with Dylan, starts with the offensive line. And, again, I don't think, as I go back and watch the game, the offensive line played as bad as people are giving them. I thought initially, when I just, watching the game live, that they played bad. No, they didn't. At least 5 of those sacks, Dylan could have either stepped up in the pocket and threw it to the check down, but he didn't. So who are you blaming? Collectively as a group, these guys got to go back to the drawing board and figure out, do they really love the game of football? Or do they like wearing pink face masks and pink shoes and pink socks and all white uniforms? Even though, Terrell, do you ever remember wearing all white uniforms?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. We might have did
white and red.
All white.
Yeah. We only wear red pants and white shirts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or switch it up. I don't ever remember nothing else. And I think we just need to get back to blue-collar Nebraska football. Forget the uniforms, man. Forget the uniforms. Forget the pink. And I get what it means, but guess what? You got 5 days out of the week, 6 days out of the week to walk around and, with pink or the pink shirt on or pink slacks or whatever, the pink socks. You can do all of that and still, make sure that you take your hat off to breast care. But on the football field, at this moment of time, when you are staring at the biggest meltdown in Nebraska history, if they don't get this fixed, it will be, mark my words, the biggest meltdown in Nebraska history if Nebraska don't figure out how to run the ball and how to tackle. They're just blocking and tackling. That's all it is. It comes back down to blocking and tackling. We missed every game. We have missed 20-plus tackles. If you don't believe me, go back and look at it.
20, how many? 25 sacks this year.
Yeah, 25 sacks.
9 this game. Was it 8 against Michigan? 7? 5 against Maryland?
Yeah. Well, Maryland didn't, yeah.
We got to try something different, Bob. We got to try something different. If not, you're only going to play this game for Dylan, like Rashawn said, to let him get started up. But he's going to have 50 sacks the way he's going right now, Bob. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Most of it is not his fault. If he can run,
I can't blame. You're right. You can't blame. You can't necessarily blame him because he ain't playing. He ain't calling the plays.
Well, for sure.
But we can't cave. I'm saying it's still football. Let's stop thinking about this. When I was telling you about the NIL, it's hard now when you're paying a guy $2-3 million to then put the guy in the backup that's making $250,000. Now you got a problem. Now you got if they put TJ Lateef in the game and TJ Lateef goes absolutely bananas, now what? Now do you sit your $3 million quarterback? I'm just assuming. Do you sit your $1 million plus quarterback for the backup who's better than him? I'm not saying TJ is better than him. All I said was, okay, so let's not take my words out of context. Dylan was struggling. They could have used a change of pace. Let Dylan see the game from the sideline and then put him back in the game. It happened with Tommy and Brooke. It happened with a bunch of quarterbacks. So it's not that you're losing your position, but, man, is this about Nebraska football as a whole, or is this about individual guys? And I told you about those mouthpieces, okay? Remember? I've been talking about that for the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it that everybody has got their mouthpiece hanging for the most part are the guys that are missing the plays and the tackles? Huh? Why are they missing why is number 3 turning down? And I love the kid. I love the kid as a kid and as a young man, but we're talking football and we're talking facts now, okay? Let's not be into this baby world. You're going to cry anyway if we lose, so let's talk about what we need to do to fix it. He did not want to come downhill and mix it up. He didn't. He took an angle that was not trying to hit. What he should have came is downhill and hit that guy in the thigh boards. He ain't the biggest guy, but, boy, I tell you what, the bigger they are, the harder they fall when you hit them in their legs.
Now, VJ, how much of this, because I mean, we were kind of talking before this interview, you and I agree this was not a very well coached game. So a lot of it can go on that, but how much of this would you put on the players' effort? Because some other former players that we've talked to, AD was pretty frustrated this morning with the effort level Nebraska put forward.
Well, if you're out of position, there ain't no effort. You only can do what you can do. I thought they played hard, but they don't know how to use their hands. Let me again bring it down. They don't know how to use their hands. They play out of position. They play high. These are all little league fixes here, guys. This ain't $8 million fixes and X's and O's. It's about and want to. But if they don't know how are they going to get it done? I saw guys on the defensive line when they were on the goal line that you would have thought that they would have used their hands and got low and just pinched in. Our guys you just saw our helmets just raising up on the goal line on that sneak. We play too high. 33, the guy that's supposed to be in the tackling machine, what is he doing? What? That's the best we got at linebacker. Javen Wright playing lights out as best as he can. But there's a couple times where he could have really made a bigger play, but he was playing out of position, and he's playing high. Go look at the tape. Offensive line, same thing, play high. We don't play with reckless abandon because we don't practice with reckless abandon. And until you get back to practice and not worrying about if you're going to lose a guy at practice, so what? This is football. That's a part of the game.
All right, Captain, we got to go to break, man. You want to come back for one more, or are you done?
I'll sit for one more for you, Terrell.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt with special guest, the Captain. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Big news, Nebraska! Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Bonsall Pool & Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, we back with the captain, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt here. Cap, well, I got a few more minutes, man. What else you got?
Well, you know, I looked at the stats. The stats tell the game. The stats tell the story, of course. And I think if you take those 13 carries that Dylan had and give them to Emmett, and if Emmett doubles those and does exactly what he does, and I know running backs get hot as they go and you never know when they're going to break one, I think the game is a little bit different game. You know, I think you need to make sure that your playmakers, you figure out a way. What happened to the little speed deal we used to do with Ja'Cory Barney? I mean, we got to figure out a way to get him the ball. There's no way that he catch for 1 yard.
Yeah, them reverses he used to do, them little end arounds.
Yeah,
haven't seen one this year.
Mm-hmm. You got to get back to that. You got to get back to getting your playmakers. That's what I'm saying. They played some man zone, and at the end of the game, they went man. They manned up, bump and run. We couldn't get off. But in the beginning, they were playing all zone. Take the little 5-yard outs, the little dunks. Take what they give you. Let's not try to make this more complicated than what it is. I just think, and now you really have a depth problem at offensive line. Now you might have a problem. Because the big fella Pritchard's out the first half of the game. And what's the other one? Rocco?
Yeah.
Is he out for the season?
No, he had surgery today, but it's how much pain he can take.
Oh, man. Pain on what kind of surgery?
Broken finger, right?
Yeah.
Bro, your offensive line. This is the same thing. When I look at it, I'll give you an example. When I look at number 11, tell me his name again. I'm not up on the Cam Lenhart.
Yeah.
When I look at Cam Henlard, he had one tackle, one. That and his hand is jacked up, right? That means when you're on defense, you gotta grab. Now, if he played defensive tackle, he might be all right. But even then, we're not getting off the blocks. Williams Nereri had 2 tackles. This is unacceptable. Okay. It's just unacceptable. Deshaun McCullough, we've been talking about him, big money guy, right?
Figures, yeah.
Big money guy?
Yeah.
You think he should have more than 2 tackles? No sacks. So shout out to Keon Will Hyde, or Keon Davis, I think that was, a 97, whoever that is.
Yeah.
He tried his best to do what he could on that defensive line. They just doubled the crap out of him, and there was nothing he could do. So I just think they need to get back to the drawing boards, and I really do think that on Mondays they should be they don't even practice on Mondays. They're on an NFL schedule. I don't think it's conducive to college football to take a whole Monday off, come in on Sunday, makes no sense. Take Monday off, makes no sense. And then you come back on Tuesday, probably helmets or half rack. And then Wednesday, I don't know if they're full pads or not, but Tuesday and Wednesday, we would be full pads. Thursday, we would be full speed. Helmets, but we would be going full speed. We're out of position because guys are not running full speed. And when they match up with these teams look like they're moving way. The only person looks like he's just moving just as fast as the opposite team is Emmett Johnson. He's the only one who looks like he's moving at a different speed, and he wants it. We got to have guys like that want it. And you're right, Terrell. I might agree with AD a little bit. I don't know if we got hit in the mouth, and I don't think we wanted it. And here, let me give you another coaching tidbit. You remember when Emmett got ran over by the linebacker and got led to a sack?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard Coach Rule make note of that and said that in the press conference. What's the coaching point? What would you tell a guy that's 5'8" and 80 pounds against a guy who's running from 5 yards away that's 6'2", 240? What would you tell him? Stand in there and stone him? I would never tell him that. I would tell him the same thing that I said to about number 3. Those thigh boards, the bigger they are, the harder they eat grass. Cut them down. You ain't that big, son. Cut them down. So, to me, it boils back to coaching. I hope the coaches take responsibility for this L. I hope they take responsibility for the L, period. And in them taking responsibility for the L, they institute some problems at practice because of the L. But if we keep doing the same things, again, I told you, the biggest slide in the history of Husker football could be brewing its ugly head again.
Rashawn, before we let you go, what is your confidence level that won't happen, that they do correct it, that this is an outlier game? Or do you think that, that the mistakes or the flaws that we see in Nebraska football might stick around for the second half of the season?
Well, like I said, you're gonna get everybody's best shot. So I can't until they prove to me that we can put a team away. Like, you can't beat Michigan State and play Michigan well, allegedly, and win the games you won, and then you go to Minnesota and get dominated. You got dominated. You didn't get beat. You got dominated. Okay? We watched it. Everybody watched it. It was a Friday game, so everybody watched it. I can't tell you I'm confident that it won't happen. I can't. Because if it doesn't change, if you don't run the ball a little bit more effectively or more, maybe find a fullback or two, it's going to be the same thing because now the blueprint is out. Do you get it? The blueprint is out. When I turn on the tape like these coaches are going to do, what did you think they're going to look at? Minnesota. How did Minnesota do this? What defense did Minnesota run in order that they shut the run down completely? Which we shut the run down because we didn't run it enough. But they shut the run down, and they got 9 sacks. Everybody's watching this game tape that we're going to play moving forward.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a big one.
Oh, man. And please, I'm telling y'all right now, if they wear those black uniforms against USC, we might get buried in them black uniforms.
Oh yeah,
I'm dead serious.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna go walk to the stadium after this and burn the white one. So no more white on white. 93. Hey, we appreciate you, man, for coming on, Cap. We got to go to break. Hey, and we'll get you on next week, man. We'll try to stay.
No, you won't. You will not. You will not bother me next week, Terrell Farley. Remember, you had to come to my house to get me. So, yeah, you will not be bothering me. Tell DP to give me a call.
All right. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pile-Up. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour, a day to remember. Yellow card.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. Bonsall Pool & Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonzalpool.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Barrett.
Excavating.
All right, Bock is on you.
All right. Well, it's been an interesting day so far. We've been talking a lot about Nebraska and what they've got going on this week against Northwestern after an upsetting performance against Minnesota. Let's take a break for a chance to win $1,000. It's always a good time for that. It's time for the IBA $1,000 cash contest. Keyword, text in the word I give you to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. Or head to our website, theticketfm.com, and click on Cash Blitz to enter. I'll give you a second here to pull out your phone or open up the website. All right, today's keyword for Bock the Blackshirt is hotel. That's spelled Hotel. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. Don't wait. Get that keyword in now. One last time, hotel, Hotel, to 508-777-1000.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? All right, Bock. This is my man, Cornhead JS1. He says, I just want to apologize to the Black Shirt for picking against us 2 weeks ago. Black Shirt, if you lose against Bock by one game or so, that's on me, fam. Well, guess what, fam? Bock's 3 games behind me.
That's right.
The text line, guess what? You guys can't pick anyway. Because you guys, Bock, I'll let you lead the way.
Yeah, we better update the standings. A wild week in college football, which is a good reason to say it's an excuse for me to have gone 4-6 this past week. I was not the one to listen to about what was going around are going to go down in this week's games. So with my 4-6 record, I improved to 51-34. I don't know if improves the right word there, but I did get to the 51-34. Terrell was a little bit better here, 6-4 on the week. Was the only one I think
could have been 6-3.
Could have been 7-3. Yeah,
7-3 if I wouldn't have listened to who is this? That person on the text line, that person on the text line, that person on the text line, that person on the text line. But I'll stop right there.
You should have rowed your boat and stuck with your Minnesota pick. But instead you went 6-4. And Georgia really came through for you at the end. I thought I had that Ole Miss game picked well, but they ended up getting the win. Iowa probably made you, that was a close game. That came down to the very end as well. But you got both those picks right. So you improved to 54-31 on the year, game, a 3-game lead on myself. But going into the weekend, I'm in the rearview mirror. You don't have to worry too much about me. You're worried about the text line. Looking ahead to the text line, the text line has been dominating all year. And for the first time in a long time, they are humbled a little bit here. 4-6 on the week as well for the text line. They correctly picked Iowa, Vandy, Georgia Tech, and Bama to get the win. So they now are at 54-31, tied up with Terrell for the lead. For what it's worth, Kenny Wilhite, it was a big week for Kenny. He was going to get booted if he didn't go 500 or better after a 5-5 debut. He went 6-4 this weekend, correctly picking Vandy, Georgia Tech, Michigan, Ole Miss, Bama, and Missouri. So Kenny survives the week. I'm falling down the rankings, and Terrell has caught up to the text line for our picks this week. Obviously, Nebraska, Minnesota, bit of a downer on the weekend. Sometimes on a Friday night, maybe that gets you going, doing some other stuff. Maybe not paying so much attention to college football, but it was a fun college football weekend. A lot of wild stuff going on. Hard to predict.
I'm glad we didn't pick the Miami game.
Yeah,
because,
Friday night.
Whoa.
That would have been a loss, I think, for us.
What's their coach? Jeff Brum?
Yes, Louisville.
This guy right here is the king of upsets, Bock, when we talk about him. It goes all the way back to 2018 Victory versus number 2 Ohio State 2021. Beat number 2 Iowa 2021. Beat number 3 Michigan State 2023. He beats number 10 Notre Dame. 2024, he beats number 11 Clemson. 2025, he beats number 2 Miami. And I thought they probably would get a big boost of what they would have got in the AP poll, but they probably, I think they like number 18 or it's something. I have to.
That's better than they were. I don't think they were ranked, were they?
Yeah, huh?
So I don't think they were ranked. I think they're 19th now.
Yeah,
at 5-1. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty fun team and an interesting team moving forward in the ACC. There, they've got Boston College this week. Talk about a fall from grace. Boston College now 1-6. But Louisville, remember Miller Moss, a transfer from USC, kind of helping them lead that victory over Miami. And Miami was the team that this year I thought maybe had looked among the most impressive. I think Ohio State, obviously number 1, has a pretty good argument there. But Miami going into that game, I mean, they looked like maybe the best team out in the nation so far this year. Obviously, if you remember, they opened up with a field goal win over Notre Dame. They beat Florida, South Florida, Florida State. But now this loss to Louisville again opens up to it's tough to go undefeated in college football. We're seeing that. I think. I know you usually have this note. I think there's like 6 undefeated teams now. I know UNLV fell from that ranking as well from this past week. Texas A&M is clinging now to the number 3 ranking because they're undefeated. I'm not sure if they're legitimately the 3rd best team in the nation. We'll see. I think at some point they're going to go down. Georgia Tech still undefeated.
I love that Georgia Tech team. That's a tough team. That's a tough team.
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that they was that tough, especially their quarterback. When you look at him, he's a runner and a thrower. Makes me wonder why we didn't go get him.
Yeah, he's king. He's been really good. Another game we picked, BYU did win the Holy War there. They're among the undefeated teams. They've got Iowa State this week. You look at Indiana, obviously an undefeated team. They've got UCLA coming up this week for Big Noon. We mentioned Georgia Tech. They've got Syracuse. So it'll be another interesting week. If you kind of look at the week ahead, maybe not as many giant, big games, maybe as in the past, but you never know. These interesting games kind of pop up out of nowhere. We'll have Texas A&M. I mentioned them. I don't know if I feel like they're the number 3 team in the nation. They'll take on LSU. Would have been a little bit bigger of a game if LSU was able to win this past week against Vandy, but that was not the case. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It was a fun week in college football this past week, and as we continue to kind of break down these games, flip over my sheet here. So Alabama beating Tennessee. I thought that was one I think we all predicted and maybe could see coming. But I think it's so cool that I don't know if you watched the end of that game. I love how the winner of that game always lights up the cigars, in their stadium. So that's always kind of fun about that rivalry. Interesting one though, USC falling to Notre Dame, 34-24. Of course, USC on Nebraska's schedule. They're kind of the one. It's weird because when you look at Nebraska, and this probably tells you a little bit more about Nebraska than what you would want to feel. But I think their schedule is going to get more difficult here moving forward, maybe than what it has been. And that's saying all that without a ranked team on the schedule. I think USC is probably going to be among the closest among that group to get in there. We'll see. I mean, if Northwestern wins this week, unfortunately, they would start to inch their way in. Iowa is going to have an opportunity probably if they can put some games together to be ranked. But it's tough. I don't know if USC is ultimately a top 25 team. They're definitely close, but they're kind of like Nebraska, kind of battling to stay in there throughout the season.
Yeah. Bock, I watched one game. You're going to laugh at it. I was watching the Arizona State game.
Oh, it was a good game to watch.
Jeff Sims got in on the goal line. He runs the quarterback sneak. He fumbles. But the offensive lineman fell on the ball.
Oh, good.
I was thinking like, man, get him out the game. Get him out the game.
Yeah.
Get him out the game. That was a great game.
Yeah, it was really a great game and a good story. Now, obviously, when you look at it from that side in the Big 12, there's a big upset. Texas Tech among the teams I failed to mention to fall from the undefeated teams. They were favored by quite a bit going into this game because remember, Arizona State was coming off a pretty rough performance.
Well, their quarterback been hurt the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Who said that Texas Tech was better than Arizona State, a team that went to the the college playoffs last year? Now, you bought a roster. That roster is nothing like Arizona State's roster. Arizona State won because they had heart, Bach, and they believed in themselves, and they went straight down the field and did what they had to do, and that was it. They believed in themselves. That's all you need to do is believe in yourself when you're trying to do something in college football, because every game is not guaranteed. This is the joy of college football. It's just like Georgia. I was watching that game. I probably bit off all my fingernails just thinking about, okay, now, where's Gus Mohawk at? I haven't heard from Gus Mohawk today about records.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's taking the day off.
Yeah. He know what he owed me. We'll get that PlayStation 5 out you for the end of the year. I think we'll take it for Christmas though, instead of New Year's.
But I was going to point out, Arizona State, and you're right. I mean, the biggest part there, we know the Jeff Sims experiment, if you will, here at Nebraska didn't go well. They've lost some games when he subbed in there at Arizona State. But if you're looking for Nebraska and maybe reasons why, from week to week, you might get a different performance, and hopefully the Nebraska will be able to follow that up, is that Arizona State did indeed lose last Saturday, before this past Saturday, 42-10 to Utah, and was able to turn that around for a 26-22 victory at home against Texas Tech. Their first top 10 victory in quite some time, despite winning that Big 12 championship last year. And it was entertaining in the postgame. They went to go ask Kenny Dillingham. Of course, the fans were storming everywhere because, like I said, it'd been a while since they beat a top 10 team. And there's one question asked to Kenny Dillingham. He was a little bit emotional. They tried to follow up, and he just went to the crowd. He went to go start having fun with the rest of them. By the way, with that in mind, field stormings. It feels like they're not reserved for top 10 upsets anymore. Anywhere in the top 25, you can do it. Minnesota stormed the field against Nebraska. What were your feelings when you saw that?
It's Minnesota. They do stuff like that. I mean, that's their turf right there. Right. They can do what they want to do. I'm just saying it didn't look classy. I mean, it kind of looked like you was poking the bear or something like that. I mean, it's just, I don't see why you would rush the field for a top 25 team that was only in it for 1 week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not, did I would love to see, who Miami played again?
Louisville.
Do they play Louisville at home or where?
Again, that was going right up against the Nebraska game last week, so I wasn't so tuned into it. Let me double check here with the ACC. That was in Miami.
Yeah, so I bet you if they was at Louisville, who else? Somebody took this goalpost down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
No, that was Arizona State.
Was that it? Yeah.
I think they dropped their own goalpost. Because it couldn't have went down that fast, Bob. The goalpost went down like soon the clock hit zero. Bloom, the goalpost, it folded or it just collapsed.
Yeah, they've got them so that you can collapse them now. They don't want them to carry them back to campus or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird. It does feel like it's part of the specialness of college football. We can argue about the safety of field stormings all the time. Obviously, not the safest environment, but a celebration. It just feels like to me, maybe they were a little bit more reserved back in the day for huge, big time upsets. And again, I've argued on behalf of students there. I mean, you pay your money. Why not have some fun when you get a big upset? You might not, your 4 years in college, your team might not do something special. So take advantage of the opportunity when you do. It's just, there's so many field stormings every week. It kind of takes away from the big moments of when you get them. At least feels like it. But at the same time, again, for me, I think have your fun while you have it. It's a good graphic. Throw it on ESPN, all that sort of stuff.
Elijah Pritchett. Is that I've seen it before, Bach, but the way college football is, that's my first time ever seeing a offensive targeting.
Yeah. Seems like a Nebraska game, especially Nebraska-Michigan games. Nebraska-Minnesota games have been interesting over the years. There's always some sort of call you don't regularly see. Now, he did have he pancaked him. He did his job on the play.
Yeah, go find somebody else. Yeah. Go find somebody else. I mean, I wouldn't call it a bonehead play. Some people would, but go find another man that's on the ground, or either just lay on him. You know, you got two choices. Don't spear the man in the head or anything like that, because I wouldn't say that's concussion material right there. I mean, good job by Elijah Pritchett of finishing this man off. But don't
leave with your head.
Yeah, don't go the extra mile to try to do that. And now we got to miss you for a whole half coming up this week, when we're really going to need him, because you don't know how Rocco's gonna adjust to this pain, that threshold of pain with his hand when it's time to play.
Now I'm trying to remember, was that in the first half that happened?
Yeah.
Because generally then you're just sitting out that game. So I'd have to double check on the situation there. But yeah, it'll.
I seen you seen the guy from Vandy? Boy, he hit two guys in 2 seconds.
Mm.
Do you see it on the text line?
I'll just look at it real quick.
Yeah, he hit two guys in 2 seconds, Bob.
Oh, yeah. 2 pancakes in one play. That's pretty good.
Congratulations to Vandy, man, who got their first victory, man. Like, I'm talking about being favorite, Bach, in the SEC game, and I really didn't think they was going to do it.
You didn't think they'd beat LSU?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did I go with Vandy?
I think I was going to say, I'm going to look at it. I thought you might have picked that game. No, that was one of the games you picked LSU in.
Yeah, see? Just thinking Chip Kelly. What's his name? Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly.
I can't do it with this guy. I can't.
Yeah, like I said, it would have been a little bit better as far as entertainment value had at LSU won that, because they've got Texas A&M coming up. But either way, it'll still be a top 25 matchup for the Bayou Bengals, and an opportunity to kind of get back on the right side of things there. Interesting news, too, that I think we should address here. We got to go to break, but is that Wisconsin's athletic director, Wisconsin's been really going through it. Again, they had, I think this is their second straight week of not scoring a point. So that could be kind of difficult. Obviously, as you're evaluating your coach, you're going to need to score more than nothing. We're all upset about 6. But they didn't score at all against Ohio State, lost 34-0. This coming off a 37-0 loss to Iowa. The AD is back, Luke Fickell, said they're not going to fire him as of right now, and that they need, and he's going back to the same thing. You need more money dedicated into this program to try to get it going for the Badgers. So a lot of people kind of have been thinking maybe Luke Fickell, myself included, like this has got to be the final year. This has got to be the final straw every week. But it looks like they're going to stick with him and maybe making that announcement today, because they've got Oregon at number 6. Oregon is their next game. So that's not going to get a whole lot easier for them, as they'll play that game here Saturday. And I don't know if they're going to score again in that game.
All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to listen to a little Matt Rule for the rest of the show and try to break down some stuff and talk about it and see how things go. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Midwest Bank is proud to serve Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank making local decisions, supporting community organizations, and helping businesses succeed with 10 locations throughout the state, from Wisner to Deschler, Norfolk to York, and right here in Lincoln too. Whether you're opening a checking account, buying your first home, in need of an ag loan, or in search of cash management services for your business, we're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt here. Game day is headed to Nashville, Bock, this weekend for the Vandy versus Mizzou game. Nebraska will play a night game against USC November 1st.
Hey, that's what we're looking for. The
USC, yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
I might try to wear some black. I might wear a tuxedo on the sideline. You think that'll look good?
That would look
black,
cool, yeah.
A black tuxedo?
Yeah, well, it'd be easy to find you there maybe on the TV.
No, I have Rashawn dressed next to me. We'll be like Step Brothers. He have a tuxedo on. I have a tuxedo on. All right, Bock, let's get some of this Matt Rule off our chest. Let's get it off our chest, Bock. Let's see what Matt Rule's had to say for us for the rest of the day. Let's check it out.
Let's do it. Matt Rule had his press conference today. Here was his opening statement.
I appreciate you guys being here. Really bad loss on Friday night. Not much else to say about it. 7-6 at the half and got outplayed in the second half. So that starts with me. We preach ownership, and I did not have the team prepared to be the more physical team. Credit to Minnesota. They were the more physical team, and they made the plays you have to make to win the game, and I have a lot of respect for that. So fortunately for us, we have another opportunity this week versus a really hot Northwestern team that plays very much the same way. Excellent defense, can really run the football, dynamic wide out. So we'll have to show up much better than we did last Friday.
Well, I think when you say that, Bock, either you're physical or you're not. You know, that's the way football goes. I mean, are you physical or are you not? I think the best thing Matt Rule has to do is to put this to bed real fast and let's move on. I mean, no use to harping on it and keep making excuses for this terrible loss that we have. Let's put it to rest. Let's concentrate on Northwestern, because the more you linger on this loss, it's going to come back and haunt you this week too.
Yeah, especially, I mean, and we're allowed to do that here in the media, right?
Yeah, we can talk about it all week.
We can talk about it all week, but they do need to move on and focus on their next opponent. So it's good to hear that they're kind of washing the Minnesota stink, if you will, off of them and preparing for Northwestern. Here's Rule, very quick one on the injury report.
Yeah, Rocco had surgery on Sunday, and if just come down to pain tolerance, he's cleared to play this week, so we'll see if he's able. Shavers played early in the game and then just wasn't able to continue, so we'll hopefully have him this week.
There, very, very quickly, an injury report for Nebraska going into this game against Northwestern. Of course, a lot of different thoughts about different guys that maybe should have got the ball. There's talk about maybe Barney Dankey touching the ball. Let's start off with Ja'Cory Barney and him getting the ball. So just a quick clip.
Combined catches in the last 3 games.
Yeah, yes. I'd like to see them touch the football.
Do you think does there need to be more intentionality about just getting them the ball?
Yes.
So there you go. Not much context needed. Dankey and Barney needed to get the ball a little bit more. I'll see if this one's any different. This might be the same clip.
Yeah. Yes. I'd like to see them touch the football.
Do you think does there need to be more intentionality about just getting them the ball?
Yes.
There you go. We'll play it doubly. Just
All
because it's pretty important.
When we talk about a guy like Dankey, who's 6'3", 210, has the physical specimen body of a true wideout. When we recruited him, or when we heard about this young man, I'm the type of person to just let y'all go with it, because eventually it's going to show. And it's showing now, Bob. 20 catches, 269 yards, 13 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. That's good on a good. That's like fourth receiver on some teams. The problem with me is the 800,000.
Yeah, that's a stat that's not on the stat sheet. More the NIL value there.
Yeah, I'm the type of coach. Hey, I'm putting clauses in there. Give me some of that back. If you gotta set a certain mark for me. I mean, it's not Dan Key's fault. It's not. I mean, it's probably some of his fault. He can't get open because they're the one running the route. Him and Ja'Cory Barney. I mean, when I watched the film and I seen how they got out of that zone, Bock, because Dylan was going to kill him in the zone. He was finding Luke Lindemeyer 5 times. He led the team in receiving, but at the same time, once they start putting those clamps on those receivers, Bock, that's when they turned the lights on for their defensive line, because that's when you're not really you play zone underneath, Bock, and they was playing man on the outside, and that really confused Dylan. Like, I mean, he couldn't throw the ball. He didn't have that zip because he missed Dane Key probably 2-3 times.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a good quarterback would throw that thing so high up in the air and then it just land right there in his arm. Dillon had too much juice on it. I don't know, Bob. I'll let you go.
Yeah. I mean, one way or the other, like you said, they got to get these guys the ball. Specifically, Barney, though. I mean, Dane Key, is making a pretty good amount of money coming in here and playing at Nebraska, and his numbers aren't adding up to exactly what they maybe were at Kentucky, but not all that far off.
What's his best game?
Best game so far for Dane Key. So the problem is with him is he's had 2 games without a reception.
Minnesota and Michigan State.
Yeah. Best game so far. I mean, throw out Houston Christian because he
that's his best game.
That's his best
Bob.
game so far. Yeah.
4 catches for 104 yards against Houston Christian of the Blind. Maryland 4 for 43. Michigan 3 for 36. I rest my case.
Yeah, they need more out of him. Of course, they need to get the ball to him and to Ja'Cory Barney for them to be able to show that there are those playmakers. So we'll get into that as well. There's plenty more still to go with Matt Rule. Let's get to the ones that everybody's wondering about, the 9 sacks from Minnesota and Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if it one left-handed, if it flip one up in the air, I mean, like, some of those could be sacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, they came out and they decided to pressure us and they blitzed us, and we didn't adjust well enough to it. And the shame of it is it's 7-6 at halftime. Go win the game in the second half, like regroup at halftime, come out and do what you've done the last couple of weeks. It's not going to be easy. It's not, you're on the road at a packed house, national TV. Of course, they're going to come out and play you hard. And so it's like, come out in the second half and win the game. And that's what they did. We didn't do that. They did that. So we didn't hit their quarterback. They hit our quarterback. Just a pretty simple game.
Well, they didn't really address too much there. Just kind of going through what happened, which we all know.
Did we have some offensive line talk?
There wasn't. I mean, again, that was kind of.
So we're going to go through this whole press conference and you're not going to mention the offensive line. Bob.
Here's thoughts on the offensive line. Here we go.
I think the way it works is the head coach of any team says, hey, this is the vision for this game. And then people carry it out. And when it doesn't get carried out, my job, A, is to get on the coaches, but then B, take ownership of it. Like, we completely failed. And again, we failed 7-6 at halftime and everyone's walking in the locker room disappointed. I'm so tired of that. It's like stop, with just the entitlement of that. It just drives me nuts. Like every team is going to be ready to play us.
Pause there,
chanting
Bob.
overrated.
So he said what at halftime now?
7-6 at halftime, and the guys have their heads down.
For what? You still in a game. You're still in a dog fight.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't call them a girly team, but they got girly ways. I'm just saying. Go play the rest of it, Bob.
Every team is going to be ready to play us. Like they were chanting overrated at the end of the game. Why? Because you've earned yourself into being 5-1 and being in the top 25. They wanted to play you. So like, I'm just tired of that entitlement of like, oh, this will be easy. Oh, this will be easy. Oh, these guys don't, who are we? You know what I'm saying? We're just and so we're way better when we're like chip on our shoulder, gritty, tough. So, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm not blaming. I don't want to come here and blame people. I want my team to know that like, we all have to be better this week. It wasn't nearly good enough. And, Dana worked his ass off last week. Butler worked his tail off last week. It's just, every position has to get their guys ready to play. And if your team position is not tackling, you're not doing a good enough job. If your position's not blocking, you're not doing a good enough job. And so, the season has ebbs and flows. And when you come out of a game, you say, I didn't do a good enough job. Then you have to lock in and say, why didn't I do a good enough job? And not be emotional. You don't change everything. You just have to do better the next week. And so, I told Addy, get your secondary to tackle. Get your linebackers to run through. Let's knock them.
Bob, when you talk about players, you are a symbol of what your coach is. How your coach you, that's what you mirror. And when he said entitlement, what else did he say?
Well, yeah, I mean, he said a lot there.
Yeah. I mean, they reflect from their coaches or what they coach. So you have to look yourself in the mirror. You have to look Donnie Raul in the face and say, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's definitely a game where I don't think any coach should be happy with what they put out there, their product.
I'm not going to say this, but a lot of people are going to say it for me about the offensive line coach.
Sure.
We know what time it is. The thing is, and I don't care if you take your nephew with you, because if he's going to be a part of this team, he has to step it up too. Because this is not Nebraska football right here, Bock, when you let an offensive line like this. This has been terrible for the last 3 years, Bock. I mean, I'm sick of giving people raises who's not deserving them. Not saying that you don't, but you giving them out. Let me get some of that. I'm just to the point that it gets frustrating, Bock.
Yeah, it's definitely a frustrating week.
And this is why I probably keep my Georgia t-shirt up under my Nebraska t-shirt sometimes. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be windy. Afternoon high around 68. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a continued breeze, low around 46. And tomorrow, we'll see plentiful sunshine, a continued breeze, afternoon high near 61. The meteorologist Kyle Becker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to serve Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank making local decisions, supporting community organizations, and helping businesses succeed, with 10 locations throughout the state, from Wisner to Deschler, Norfolk to York, and right here in Lincoln too. Whether you're opening a checking account, buying your first home, in need of an ag loan, or in search of cash management services for your business, we're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state,
John Henry's has a brand new membership
club
club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Bonsall Pool and Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here. Bock, we getting down to the end. Like, this is the last month coming up in November. So we got to buckle up, and these guys got to, they got to look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, I mean, you did all the talking. Now you got to walk the walk.
Yeah, it's interesting when we kind of listen to that last quote too about how Nebraska feels better, or Matt Rule says he feels better when they kind of have the underdog or have the edge to them as opposed to feeling like maybe they've arrived. This was a come back to earth moment for Nebraska football. They're going to have to earn their way back into the respect of the Big Ten and in the college football in general. And there's still plenty of opportunity to do so. I've said all show long is that I think the schedule is going to get a little bit tougher for Nebraska moving forward, but there's not a top 25 team as of right now ahead of them in their final 5 games. So these are games that they should be able to compete with, should be able to win. They're just going to have to win those little battles. Just enough of them like you did against Maryland and Michigan State to come out on top, but you got to keep the game close. I mean, you got to be within arm's reach distance here. I've said it earlier, and for those that kind of are questioning, okay, well, you've got UCLA coming up in Penn State. I mean, both these teams have fired coaches. How's the schedule going to get more difficult? Northwestern's been pretty good. They're 3-1 in conference play right now. I don't think you can overlook that. And again, when you look at USC, also 3-1. UCLA, 3-1 in conference play. Iowa, 3-1 in conference play. Penn State, the only one in Nebraska's remaining schedule here that's not 3-1 in conference play. And when you look at that compared to what Nebraska's done so far, again, in conference play, they've lost to the 3-1 teams in conference play. Michigan and Minnesota, both 3-1. So those competitions are going to be coming around the corner. Nebraska has to get better. You can't let this game beat you twice, if you will. You got to come out here, get better this week. Northwestern's going to bring a toughness, a physicality. And I think that's what's most frustrating as we kind of wrap things up here is I think Nebraska fans can stand losing, but they don't like to get beat physically.
Yeah.
And I think more than anything, former players who played under a standard that physicality was first, and that was, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I've noticed over the years, former players especially don't like to see Nebraska physically get their butts handed to them. And that's what happened this past game against Minnesota. I don't know if they have a culture or an identity so that's going to kind of build toward strong run game, building up the defensive line as they go against that offensive line. I don't know if that's there, but they need to channel that inner Cornhusker, if you will, and bring the physicality back to the Husker uniform that was missing Friday night if they want to have a chance, quite honestly, in the majority of these games remaining.
You're right, Bock. I cannot argue with you on that one, Bock. All right, we're going to get out of here. 93.7, the ticket, Bock in the black shirt. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll be a little nicer, be a little calmer, be a little more physical, be a little more in touch with you. We'll get it together. Meltdown Monday, 93.7 the ticket. Bock in the black shirt. Have a nice day.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your